Now, in the next part, I'm supposed to share with you, before I invite the Secretary General of the Singapore Democratic Alliance to address you, I am supposed to share with you the actual mission, the vision, the stand of this party and where we are heading. But before that, once again, lots of residents have joined us, and I want to openly, warmly, and very much welcome all of you who have just come. Let's give them a big round of applause for joining this family. Thank you for coming. This evening you could have been doing a lot of things, especially with the money we all got today. Say yes. Yes. We all got money today. Say yes. Yes. Say thank you. Say thank you. Come on, I can't hear you. Say thank you. Listen, but ask yourself, who are you saying thank you to? Thank you! Wow! Did you know that from this side and this side I heard the same thing? Your own self. Say thank you to yourself, because that is our money coming back to all of us. Say yes! Excellent. I want to remind you one thing, ladies and gentlemen. This is our money. This is our country. It does not matter which party is in government. The civil service will still do a very good job. Our reserves will still be taken care of. Our assets will still be growing. What we do need are more good people on both sides. Say yes. Yes. Mr. Lee said today, and I respect every word that he says, because I was a little boy, I had this dream. Can I share a little dream with you? I watched TV when I came to Singapore, and I was an 8-year-old little boy. And I used to watch this big man known as the President of Singapore. And I also used to watch this thing about the University Union President. And I told myself, when I grow up, I want to be that. And I became the union president at NTU Students' Union. Again, with the blessings of a majority who did not know me even months before that. How the elections took place, how things worked with the providence of that almighty, powerful man up there. Things just happened. In the first year, nobody knew me. I was in the subcommittee of one small committee in my school. And in the second year, I was voted in as the president of NTU Students' Union. This is history. It can be tracked. And I thank the students of that time. And in the same way today, I want to tell you a secret. Are you ready? Honestly, I said this earlier and I say it again. We may not be the perfect team today. I may not be the perfect one to lead this team that I'm very honored to lead today. But ladies and gentlemen, we will learn along the way, we'll improve ourselves, we will listen to you, and we will do everything in our power possible to make your lives better, better, and better. Second thing, when I was the president of the Students' Union, we had a ministerial forum. And at that point, guess who was the invited guest for the year? Mr. Lee Kuan Yew. He sat with me on stage with thousands of people in front of us, live cameras going out, and multiple other auditoriums, students of NUS, NTU, and everyone watching. And I remember even on that day, I felt I have got a lot to learn from that man. Is that fair? We have to give our gratitude where it is due. Let's give him a big round, ladies and gentlemen. But as I read the newspapers today, I was saddened a little bit. And I'm going to bring the tone down to that note and then bring back some things very important. Listen with me, bear with me. In the question that he was asked by the reporter, will you be here in the next election, or something to that effect? He mentioned if the elections are in the next 2 years, yes, most probably I will. But if it is in 5 years, I cannot say. And I want to share something very important. That man has got so much of knowledge, so much of experience, so much of good things in him, because he has brought Singapore from where it was down there on the third world to the first world status. He has fought with the communists. He has lived through difficult times, which many young of us may have not gone through. And I beg you today, ladies and gentlemen, if his words, what he mentioned, he is not sure whether he will be here running for next election. If those words are very true, then I urge you in this election to vote us in, so that we can be an opposition in Parliament while he is still here, so that he can still guide us in a way to make us the best possible opposition too. We cannot have a first world nation unless everything is first world. We need to be a first world Singapore. I look forward to first world estate here. And most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, some of my other party friends want a first world parliament. But I'd rather be voted in now than 5 years later. Because right now at least Mr. Lee will be there to tell me, most probably I hope gently and not, no, serious, come on. I tell you something, people ask us, are you connected to the ground? And one of my speakers the other day said, we are part of you grounds. As I come from my home to here on my motorbike, I don't have a car. I live in a flat too in HDB. I am one of you too. And I'll tell you something, as I was riding here, someone from the cars were waving, going all the best, all the best, all the best. And I'll tell you something, if he doesn't correct me rightly, you know what I'm talking about. I got nothing. I will anyway lose everything. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, but I hope as I'm voted by you in this particular election, our team will learn. We cannot have a wonderful opposition unless we are given the chance. Unless we are given the chance to make mistakes. Unless we are given the chance to be mentored. And who better to mentor us than Mr. Lee? So vote for us this year. This year is the day. We must go into power. Vote for SDA. Then people ask me, Paul, but Mr. Teo Chee Hean has been doing a good job too. So I'm going to share with you something very important. Some people also say for the stability of the country, so that investors keep coming in and make sure everything goes well. We still need Mr. Teo and his team, or we still need a lot of those ministers who are heading all the GRCs. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say another truth today. Today is a sharing about me, telling you everything where I'm coming from, so that you don't have to listen to anyone else but us directly. And the next thing I want to say is, everyone sitting on stage here today does not want to rock this beautiful love boat called Singapore. Is that fair? We all love Singapore. Say yes. Yes. And none of us, we are all Singaporeans. We started today's evening with the pledge itself. We also don't want to rock. We don't want to have investors run away from this country. We also don't want the stability to go away. We also love this country as it is, even with all its better improvements. But ladies and gentlemen, listen. I also know one thing, that as an opposition, we may not be ready to take over the government immediately. Are you with me there? We are a reasonable, matured, understanding people. And we also need time to learn those strings. We also need time to go in opposition, to maybe just start as being your loudspeaker. You say this, I say louder. You say that, I say louder. No, is that fair? That is step number one. So let us first of all go in, take baby steps. Let us also learn to improve as opposition. Today's newspaper is saying, where are all the shadow cabinets? Who is going to be the next finance minister, this minister, that minister, if everybody is voted out? I'll tell you something. Our stand as a party is very simple. And I like to make this very clear. We, SDA, are proposing a change in the constitution. A change that will allow ministers who have been heading so far to continue be re-elected as a nominated minister. Let me explain. Yes. If you can have nominated MPs, if you can have non-constituency MPs, why not nominated ministers? He has the experience as the defense minister. So I assure you, I've already got the draft ready. I've got a draft ready. The first proposal I am going to raise once we are elected as your representatives next week is to change the constitution to have Mr. Teo Chee Hean back as a nominated minister to serve us all Singaporeans. The stability will not be affected. Number two, he has the experience. Number three, we will then attach ourselves as an understudy minister to learn from him. Say wow. We don't want to rock the boat either, people. And this is the same suggestion I will have for every other GRC if they want to. But just say thank you, copyright SDA. No, but do you understand the important point? We are not unreasonable people. We love this country as much as everybody in white. Just a little red only here. But listen, I know we are not ready to become the government today, but if you don't give us a chance to start baby steps, we will never in the next 100 years be able to do anything. Do you know what I'm saying? Yes! So I'm going to say I'm not perfect. In no way is my team perfect. But 52 years ago, Mr. Lee Kuan Yew also came in as an opposition member, and he made the people he had perfect to make this country perfect. Are you with me there? Yes! Give yourselves a big hand. Thank you. I spoke in the last rally 2 nights ago at Punggol East about a solution for HDB problems. SMS about that came in again, requesting me to clarify what our stand is. Ladies and gentlemen, this is very important. Prices are going up. Cost of home ownership is becoming out of reach of many young Singaporeans. There were 5 burning issues that we have been bringing up again and again. If time permits, I'll cover that. If not, Mr. Desmond will surely talk about that too. Our proposal in SDA, very important. We need everyone to have a roof over their head. Is that fair? Yes? Thank you. Number 2, we don't want current homeowners to have your property prices depreciate. Is that true? You want your property prices to remain, not go down, right? So when you bring the prices down so that young people can afford it, then chances are those who already own it will have their property price go down. So where is it? What can we do? SDA has a solution for this problem. You have been reading about it in papers. I don't want to drag this issue. I want to go down direct to the solution we have. One side is saying this, the other side is saying that. We are telling both sides, hold on, wait, listen to us, give us a chance to. And I'll tell you why. The ruling party of the last term, the government, on the other side, the opposition parties. And think, we are not on actually the both or the other side. We are an alliance. An alliance is not a singular party, but it's a group of parties coming together because we believe the opposition will only succeed when different parties come together, learn to work together for the better of this country. And as an alliance, I'm going to give you a dream for 1 minute. Imagine next week, 87 seats, 40 seats go to PAP. Say wow. 40 seats go to the other opposition parties. Say wow. Total how much? 40 plus 40? 80. How many are we left with? Say 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Give us a big hand. You have in front of you an alliance, ladies and gentlemen, that can bring together Singapore, because securing our future, the word is together. You remember that? Together with the opposition too. But I come back to my main point. Home prices. What is our solution? Our solution is simple. Listen. Young people, when they graduate, they have home loans. Sorry, not home loans. University loans to clear. Other expenses to think of. The down payment part of a home becomes very difficult to take out. Am I right? So our proposal is this, and this has been tried and tested in America 2 years ago when the economy went down. That's how we learned these tricks. What they did was very simple. They told people who couldn't afford the down payments, no problem, come, rent these homes, because anyway you need a place to live, right? So young couple gets married, they need to rent a place, but why rent from someone else? Rent this new home. It's okay, pay every month. Why will this be a better system? Because in 5 years, they may save up enough money that they will be able to afford the lump sum down payment. Is that a good advantage? So give them some breathing space. But second advantage is this, the fact that they know it is from a rental to a ownership. They will take care of that property. They will make sure they look after that home. They will make sure that the surroundings are taken care of. And they are not just simple people renting today, gone tomorrow. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yes, we have to give these people a chance. After all, they could be your relatives. They could be your brothers, sisters. They could be even your children who are facing this. We are one people. We are one nation. We are one Singapore. But we cannot allow our property prices to go down. Let's do something innovative. Is that fair? Yes? So this is our proposal. Give yourself a big hand, because this is something that's going to work. But it will not work unless you vote us into power. Thank you. Now, our 5 burning issues that we have been talking about again and again. The high cost of living, high HDB prices, to the widening income gap, to job security, and number 5, the medical expenses. The best man to really touch on them first will be the Secretary General of this organization. He will be speaking after this. But before I invite him, I want to say something. And this is something very important. He's running for the single seat next door in Punggol East. This man was running here 5 years ago. Many of you voted for us 5 years ago, and I once again want to thank all of you for the support. Give yourselves a big hand. For the last 5 years, we have been walking the ground, and he has been leading the way. For the last 5 years, we have been listening to you, and his ear has been there. For the last 5 years, this man has kept in contact with everyone. But when the boundaries changed, we had to make decisions. Are you with me there? Yes, but I want to tell you, it's not just 5 years. For 14 years, this man was running the town council in Potong Pasir, and he knows the ins and out of how to run a town council superbly, very effectively, in a successful manner. Give him a big hand for that. When emergencies happened, whether it was 3 o'clock in the morning or emergencies happened even on his off days, this man left everything else behind to rush to the scene, to be the first one at the scene. I love his commitment. I know he will do the same both here and in Punggol East. But I also want to acknowledge a lady who's sitting down there very far, who's helping to organize these entire things, who behind the scenes has been a driving force. Like they say, behind every successful man is that powerful lady, Miss Jolene. Let's give her a big hand also over there. For 14 long years, this man has toiled behind the scenes, making it a very effective thing. And we want to introduce the concept of Super GRC, where exactly six of us will work very closely with Mr. Desmond Lim from there. And we will form the 7 of us to run this estate and make it a world-class estate. A first world estate for you. Yes? Thank you.